Hey, kid, put down that cell phone. You should be doing something more productive with your spare time, like they did in the 1930s. This is Old Times is Not Forgotten, where we think that the past might have been a bit more fun than today. In this video, we will see what people did in the 30s in their spare time. Let's start with something that's a hobby and a pastime: soap car racing.
Construction gets underway for the coming 1935 All-American Soapbox Derby. An old baby buggy, complete with wheels, supplies the most important part of the makings. Rubber tires and everything. Maybe the streamlining won't be technically correct, but the winner last year received a 4-year scholarship from the Chevrolet Motor Company. And prizes like that are worth a lot of hammered fingers. This will probably turn out to be an innovation in motor car design. But wait till you see the other entrants in the 1935 Derby. There'll be everything from cracker boxes to cheese boxes on wheels. Only a few short weeks until the starter's gun bangs away and sectional winners from all over the country roar down the track. But a slow start doesn't mean anything on a long hill. There'll be plenty of speed and action when they shoot across the finish line. Besides hundreds of cars, there'll be plenty of variety among owners. And man, why did you get all them spectacles? Famous sports announcers, Graham McNamee and all the rest will cover the race. Hey, Graham, here comes your dog. Okay, boys, it won't be long now, and see you all soon.
A popular summer pastime in the 30s was going camping with your trailer. And you didn't have any Wi-Fi hookup, so no TVs and no phone.
A smooth way to rough it. 1 million Americans today are living in homes on wheels. 250,000 trailers are those homes. Every day you see them skimming along the highways everywhere. With the modern automobile, there's plenty of power to pull them up the longest and toughest hills. In Trailer City, Florida, are 1,000 of these homes. Their owners park for $1 per week plus 25 cents for electricity. The life is not expensive, for in a trailer, modern conveniences are within the reach of people of limited means, many of whom could not afford them before. Cold weather is seldom a problem, for the inhabitants of this little city follow the seasons. Perhaps a month from now may find many of them 3,000 miles away, across a continent. In Trailer City, you'll find nearly every variety of home, from the one that Dad himself put together on the old farm back in Iowa to a custom-built deluxe model that cost $8,000. A license plate is often the only indication that the house is on wheels. As you stroll along the street, you'll find most of the homes are as unlike as their owners. But now and then, you'll find a pair of twins. This one has a huge beak that makes it look like a native pelican. Today, the house next door may be occupied by a retired bachelor banker. If it rolls away during the night, tomorrow's sun may bring a barber with 7 youngsters. Stores and shops, too, are often found on wheels. This one is a curio shop that's almost as old and weather-beaten as the truck on which it rides. Mother still washes the dishes and most everything else. Just for instance, the lineup that makes a familiar flapping sound in the Monday morning breeze. There are plenty of leisure moments for the housewife. She just can't find a great deal of work in a one-room house. A radio in the car brings entertainment and the daily news, and the automatic charging notch on the light switch helps to make sure the battery is kept fully charged, even though the car is driven only a few miles a day. Today may find the trailer family under the shadow of the palms, but tomorrow, the American travel instinct urges them away, over the highway, on spinning wheels.
Almost anything is apt to pull into a trailer camp nowadays, but the last thing you'd expect is a perambulating barber shop. If you won't come to the barber will come to you. And here's a customer. Johnny wants a haircut. Right this way, young man, to the Blue Sky Tonsorial Parlor. Here they are. But are they? Where's the shop? Well, lather my whiskers. Not a bad idea, this. No rent, cuts down on the overhead. He seems to have just about everything in there but a pink police gazette. Tony never has to ask the customer if he wants it wet or dry. The weatherman decides that. This is the only barbershop in the world that issues rain checks. Johnny wants a haircut like his old man's, with a hole in the middle. Well, it'll be a long time before he has to comb his hair with a towel. Now for a little tonic to give Johnny that real barbershop aroma. The lacquer finish serves Tony as a mirror. Take a look at yourself, Johnny. A lot of boys will see themselves as others see them. Well, when a fella's going out with the girls, he has to do it right. Another shekel goes into the cash register. And the Blue Sky Barbershop moves on, trailing more customers.
This is a great hobby for young and old. Making photographs. Ooh, or maybe even making home movies.
Shades of the great train robbery. He's up to no good, down flat on his face. It's nice work, and he's got it. Well, he'll be quick. But that's nothing to get all steamed up about. Here they are, members of a new American cult. They're crazy, every one of them. Camera crazy. It's a new kind of craze that brings a camera club on a special train to the Père Marquette yards and repair shops, where they can snap their shutters to their heart's content. Get the picture no matter what the cost. In candid photography, the angle is the thing, and make it dizzy. Smoke and steel and old iron horses are uncomplaining camera subjects who just don't care how they look before the inquisitive camera eye. Anything for a picture, even to the extent of going around in circles for one. To be a candid cameraman, you've got to be an acrobat, a juggler, and a professional gate crasher. No waiting for the corner drugstore's 24-hour developing service. Not for this demon of the tintypes. Made to order is this portable darkroom. A luggage compartment, airtight and with never a chance for a film fog. Time out for just a minute or two. And then out comes the negative, clear as a baby's eye and twice as natural. Click, click, and cluck. Every pack has its joker.
Ooh, model airplanes in all shapes and sizes.
The 1936 National Championship Model Airplane Meet gets underway with all the thrills of real flying. 300 model airplane builders from all parts of the United States, Canada, France, and England, with models of just about every type of plane built anywhere in the world. A real gasoline engine. Only one cylinder, however, but it has a real spark plug, and it sparks just like the big ones. It has to, for a perfect takeoff like this. Look out below. Not all the glory goes to the boys. This member of the fair sex built the entire plane herself. Here's the most exciting of all events, the endurance flight with the hardest of all takeoffs, rising from the ground. Time is clocked on each entry. A plane must keep within sight of the judges to remain in the contest. And after 30 to 40 minutes in the air, not many come back for a perfect landing like this. Uh-oh, almost too late. The family car seems to have been converted into an airplane carrier. The boxes in the luggage compartment back of the rear seat aren't shoes or lunch, just the spare parts and repair department in case of a bad crash. Got to weigh in first to figure out the fuel supply. A half ounce of gasoline for every pound of plane. 4 drops less than a teaspoonful. At that rate, he gets about 412 miles to the gallon. There's a simple adjustment on the motor to fit the grade of gasoline, just like the octane selector on Dad's car. And now, after all this excitement, it looks like our little entry got off the course. At times like this, a contestant begins to believe his plane goes a bit too far. But all's well that ends well. Little Willie, Sammy, Johnny, Henry, Cuthbert, or whatever his name is, gets back his putt-putter all safe and sound.
Here's a 1930s after-school pastime that's good for the community.
There's big doings in Memphis, a big day for the police department, and even bigger for the Schoolboy Safety Patrol. 1,000 lusty, husky throats cheering wildly in the parade to celebrate a great safety record. For 15 years, Memphis boys and girls have been going to and from school day after day without a single fatality. Not even a serious accident in 15 years. Credit for this great record goes to the traffic monitors, members of the Schoolboy Patrol system, like this one, who guard the thousands of crossings before and after school. He always looks both ways before crossing the street, and then goes the safe old saying, one better, by blowing his whistle and pushing the button, too. Another monitor warns approaching traffic of the lights, which by this time have all turned red. Motorists step on the brakes and all traffic comes to a sudden halt. Some responsible job, this monitoring business. Of course, this afternoon shift is a snap. Mornings when it's tough, because for some strange reason, these young pedestrians are much more anxious to get away from school in the afternoon than they are to get to class in the morning.
Here's something every boy could join that was full of different hobbies. How about some footage of the very first Boy Scout International Jamboree?
A lot of hard work for the chefs, but think of the poor, hard-working chickens. And now for some scouting activities. How fast could you scale a 9-foot wall? Don't ever bet you can beat a Boy Scout, for they're all experts. Likewise, the sheet bend, weavers, clove hitch, and bowline. Just plain knots to you. Next time you find yourself out of matches, remember, flint and steel will light you a good fire, providing, of course, you talk fast and blow hard. There's plenty of interest in exhibits from far away. These French scouts show a model of the Eiffel Tower, while more boys get a demonstration of a homemade glider that came across the Atlantic with its owner all the way from Poland. Foreign scouts show a great interest in American automobiles, for many features are strange to them. The adjustable driver's seat is something new, and so is the glove compartment. But most intriguing of all are the doors, which can be locked either from the inside or outside without using a key. 12,500 boxing matches all going at once. What a show. There's plenty of fun and exercise. Hey, you, pick on somebody your own size. Bullseye. But in reality, there is something serious, something mighty big behind this great jamboree. It plants a milestone in the history of scouting and the physical, mental, and moral help it has been to millions of boys all over the world. A living monument to Sir Baden Powell, who founded the Boy Scout movement little more than a quarter of a century ago.
Thanks for watching my video today. We'll end with 1930s hobby of model yacht making.
Who hasn't been at least a Saturday night sailor and chased a bar of soap around the bathtub? But this is a new kind of sailing, racing with all the finesse of its big sister sport. No deep sea needed. Any small lake or pond will do. A graceful bit of streamlined beauty. Never mind the nose, that won't help your boat win. No small boy hobby model yachting, but a booming international sport. Interest has suddenly sprung up even in remote parts of India and South Africa. Scientifically shaped for speed and efficiency, model yacht hulls reach a length of 80 inches, weigh as much as 60 pounds. Hundreds of parts go into a racing yacht. Accuracy is important. Mast and turnbuckles must be just so. This boat is to be a winner. New ideas, new features are incorporated into this latest model. It looks slick as a whistle, but how will it act on the water? So busy with his business during the day, he's forced to try out his new boat at night. Her maiden voyage. Uh-oh, it's sailed out of range of the lights. But that can be fixed in just a jiffy. An easy twist of this rudder, a bit of skippering about with this four-wheeled land yacht, a quick flip of the toe on a convenient light switch. Yes, sir, right back in the spotlight. And we'll be again tomorrow at the races.